Welcome the timeless forgotten mystery. The 20th of November, 1979, inside the holy city of Mecca, at the time of Fajr. More than 5,000 pilgrims fill the Grand Mosque, preparing for the dawn prayer. This moment is monumental for Muslims around the world. By the Islamic calendar, the year 1400 is beginning, and 1399 is ending. According to certain strands of Islamic eschatology, every changing centennial brings a revival. A mujaddid arrives to renew faith. A group of militants choose this moment to strike. 300 to 600 armed men lay siege to Masjid al-Haram. They enter with rifles, pistols, and machine guns and immediately lock almost 40 gates of the mosque. They kill 2 police officers, position snipers atop the minarets, and take the worshippers inside hostage. When they grab control of a loudspeaker, they announce their demands: that Muhammad Abdullah al-Qahtani be declared the Imam of the time and the Imam Mahdi, that the Saudi monarchy be abolished, that Saudi oil exports to the US stop, that Western influences be removed, and that every innovation brought into Saudi Arabia be eliminated. This was the era when expansion and construction work at Masjid al-Haram were underway, and many of those contracts were being carried out by companies linked to bin Laden. As the militants besiege the mosque, they sever communication lines. But before all lines go dark, an employee from a bin Laden-associated firm alerts the Saudi government, a warning that comes as a complete surprise. The Saudi leadership had never imagined that anyone would dare to besiege the Grand Mosque. How did it happen? Let's understand. Responding to this crisis is an almost impossible task for the Saudi government. At that moment, the Crown Prince, Fahd, is attending the Arab League in Tunisia. Prince Abdullah, who commands the National Guard, is in Morocco. So the coordination falls to the third in line, Prince Sultan. As the authorities try to assemble a response, the first demand broadcast by the militants, that Muhammad Abdullah al-Qahtani be recognized as Imam Mahdi, points to one man. When investigators trace his background, they discover that his brother, Juhayman al-Utaybi, is a zealous preacher who has repeatedly targeted the Saudi government in his criticisms, accusing it of corruption, excessive wealth, and westernization. Juhayman had studied under respected scholars, including Sheikh Abdulaziz ibn Baz, later to become Grand Mufti. The Saudi government's immediate move is to seek a religious ruling. They obtain a fatwa from Sheikh Abdulaziz ibn Baz declaring that desecrating the sanctity of Masjid al-Haram for political ends is wrong, un-Islamic, and forbidden. At the same time, the state accepts that preserving the sanctity of the mosque is its solemn duty. They draft a response plan. The Interior Ministry dispatches 100 security officers toward the mosque. But the militants are heavily armed with artillery and machinery. Those security teams suffer heavy losses. The government then plans reinforcements, calling on both the army and the National Guard. They launch assaults on 3 of the mosque's 39 gates, but the militant snipers intercept and inflict more casualties. Desperate, the Saudis attempt to use underground tunnels to infiltrate and retake parts of the mosque, but that too yields no decisive success. Running out of options and without key leadership in the country, Saudi Arabia turns to foreign help. Their first contact is France. Historical records describe France's role in different ways. Some accounts claim French commandos and GIS units were sent along with technology and advisory support. Others say the French contribution was limited to technical aid and advice rather than boots on the ground. What is clearer is that Saudi Arabia sought and received significant external technical support. For the ground operation to clear the mosque, Saudi authorities reached out to their brotherly ally, Pakistan. There were many reasons for turning to Pakistan. A primary one was the deep military ties between the two countries. Pakistan had already been training Saudi forces in counter-terrorism tactics. When King Fahd appealed, General Zia-ul-Haq immediately organized an SSG commando formation. On urgent notice, those commandos were flown to Mecca and arrived without uniforms, not even shoes, and went straight to their mission. Their motive was simple and profound: the sanctity, honor, and inviolability of Masjid al-Haram must not be desecrated. Those SSG commandos risked their lives, moving through every corner and chamber of the mosque using their tactical training. They captured and killed militants. Some were arrested. Their intervention dealt a decisive blow. Al-Qahtani was killed on the spot, and Juhayman al-Utaybi and 68 of his followers were captured. Later, on the 9th of January, 1980, the Saudi government executed the captured militants in various cities across the kingdom, decisively stamping out the uprising. If you search online for Pakistan's role in this crisis, you'll find substantial material. One vivid anecdote often told is about King Fahd's visit to Pakistan after the incident. During his meeting with General Zia, the way King Fahd clasped Zia's hand and pulled it to his chest conveyed the depth of Saudi gratitude for Pakistan's services. Today, millions of Muslims perform Umrah and Hajj in Saudi Arabia. The security arrangements for these pilgrimages are extremely sensitive, exactly as they were in 1979. Protecting Mecca and Medina, safeguarding their sanctity, is not merely a governmental responsibility for Saudi Arabia. It is a matter with profound religious and political consequences. Even minor lapses could have enormous repercussions. Today, security for Umrah and Hajj is coordinated by the Ministry of Interior and specialized forces dedicated to pilgrimage security. The General Authority for the Affairs of the Grand Mosque and the Prophet's Mosque oversees the task forces. Modern protection relies on AI algorithms, GIS mapping, drones, and crowd tracking systems to ensure that Mecca and Medina remain inviolable. Their safety is treated as more important than anything else. Look at Pakistan today. Corruption runs high, inflation soars, foreign direct investment is low, education and healthcare standards struggle. Yet whenever the global Muslim community faces a threat, Pakistan has historically been among the first to step forward. In this area, Pakistan scores beyond perfect. Out of 100, it scores 110. In every tone, in every accent of Muslim devotion, there is a renewed sense of dignity and confidence. Faith, reverence, humility, and the sacred qualities of God, merciful, powerful, holy, these are the four elements that define a true believer.